Hi. The first relationship that I'm going to speak about is me and my son. One technique that I use in the relationship to create a positive communication climate is recognition with him. Whether it be he calls me when he's out with his friends to let me know where he's at, I always tell him thank you. When he brings home a good grade, when he does a good job of cleaning up his room and cleaning the bathroom or making his bed every day. I recognize those little things by just always telling him thank you or, giving him some extra allowance for to buy things. Um, the other technique that I use in the relationship to promote supportiveness would be endorsement. When he tells me, he's very open with me, which is really great. So when he tells me about different ideas, especially he's going to be a junior this year, so he's been telling me a lot about what he wants to do, and he wants to go into sports as a sports agent. So I tell him that he has great ideas of what he wants to do. When he writes a poem or has an idea of anything, I've always give him endorsement to let him know that he's doing a good job. One technique that I use in the relationship to provide feedback, effective feedback, um, would be to support him and listen to him. I'm always there to listen to him and support him in any decision that he makes. And I always try to say back of what he is asking me to make sure that I understand what he's asking me or what he's letting me know, so that way I can give him good advice. It's not sometimes that he wants to hear it. That he's at that age at 16 where he wants to go to do different things, especially with his friends, and go, and I try to tell him, that that's not, sometimes it's not good for him to do that, and he's got to think about the things that he does before, because there's consequences and everything. So he does really listen to me, and he may not agree with me sometimes and get angry, but at the end of the day, he always seems to say that I'm right, which is good. So the second relationship that I have is with my parents. And what the positive communication with them is acknowledgement. I acknowledge all their help that they've given me these last 3 years and throughout my life, but especially these last 3 years with me and my son. Um, Also, for to promote supportiveness is also I recognize everything also that they've done for me, but things that they've done for the other kids too. I mean, my parents have been the best. And a technique that I use in relationship to provide effective feedback also is listening to them and what their needs are, and just when they give me advice, to listen to their advice, take their advice, um, and always continue to listen to them. I always do. So, family issues. Briefly explain a family situation you have experienced when you have filled the family role of blamer, placater, computer, or distractor. I'm a placater, definitely. I know growing up between my mom and my sister, even now between my mom and my sister, I try to make my mom see my sister's point of view, and I do the same with my sister to make peace in the family. I know when I've come over to my parents' house and seen my parents have a discussion and they're an argument, I try right away to try to make peace in the family and make sure that each of them are hearing each other and that they see each other's perspective. Um, Briefly explain a family story or ritual, what happened or is practiced in your family during holidays. One thing that's practiced in my family, and we do it now to this day, is whoever's birthday it is, we either call them in the morning, or I remember growing up, my dad or mom would come wake us all up, whoever's birthday it was, and we'd all get together at like 7 o'clock in the morning and go into that person's room and serenade them Las Mañanitas for their birthday. And to this day, we do that with a phone call. We call whoever's birthday it is and we serenade them. And I do it with my own family. With my son, I'll wake up in the morning and go and sing him Las Mañanitas. So that's my tradition. So thank you.